random. But now we're actually going to Stadium 2, which is pretty much all reliable.
Yeah.
Ninja Gamer watching Diddy. Diddy most probably going to be anchor for Xeon. Maybe he's going to switch up the order. Nope. Same order.
All right.
Diddy actually be playing the mid instead of actually being anchor. Game and Watch with the anchor this time.
Yeah, usually the anchor being the character that you use to try to clutch out a match.
It's surprising that they're actually using Game & Watch for him.
Alright, so Greninja Sephiroth. I feel like despite Sephiroth zoning, Greninja's low profile might actually make it kind of hard for Sephiroth to hit him in some interaction.
Yeah, a lot of the extensions, for example, the forward tilt actually has very decent range if you're going to be using Greninja too. That's another option for you, and it comes out faster than whatever Sephiroth is going to throw out. Right,
because Sephiroth's frame data is pretty slow, generally speaking, right?
Does have that auto cancel in the back air. If you manage to actually go in on time, you should be good to go. Combinations like those dash attack up smash, that's not confirmed. Can't really escape it, especially at the early percents.
Gotta go for the short trades here if you're Greninja.
But I would like to see about Xeon or Slowpoke, whoever you want to call them. Maybe using a little bit more back air. Auto cancels as soon as you drop on the floor, just like Nair does. But it gives you that extra multi-hit to give you some more dimension to your offense.
Yeah, I honestly haven't even seen new Greninja tech from Ultimate as compared to previous games. That was a pretty big call out on the dash-in. Almost got the KO right there.
Not a bunch of tech, but Greninja's one of those Pokemon.
Such a good counter that Sephiroth has. Greninja was almost completely on the other side of the character and it's still connected, no problem.
They're managing to close it out with a fair.
The pointy end.
Going Diddy in the battle of the tweak mains.
Right. It's actually so cool to see him play characters that are otherwise kind of underrepresented in that very top echelon of Smash ranked, like world class Smash players.
Unless it's
okay. The mix he got it anyway. I was worried that he hadn't reacted to the banana landing in time to get the punish.
Now we got a somewhat competitive set considering the time that EKing has been putting on the Rob. After taking the long break, he started using Rob consistently.
Dude, I don't care what anybody says. Rob is busted. Like
whoever says that Rob isn't busted,
Rob has the sauce, and it is very annoying to play against.
I agree. He's one of the best characters in the game. I don't care.
He's a zoner, yet his boxing tools are so good.
Yep.
Moves like his down tilt, his fair, his up tilt.
Yep.
It's very hard to deal with, despite him being easy prey for a lot of combos due to his highs. But as we saw there, he's also heavy. Like that would have killed a lot of the lighter characters in the game. Seeing as Diddy got to charge the forward smash for a little bit and everything.
Switching directions with the down tilt too is such a good option, just in case they're gonna roll to the back. You have time to actually throw that out there. And down smash.
Oh wow.
Oh, actually clanking. The grab is gonna miss. It does do a lot of shield damage, but keeps him at a distance.
Yeah. I'm surprised EKing isn't spamming Nair as much. Of course, he probably knows that Slowpoke can get away with punishing it, but so many Robs are kind of default to that option of constantly nairing around the enemy to try to cover their options. That was a bit of a call out on the spot dodge with Diddy's F smash.
Now at 144. Super pivotal for EKing to maintain the stock as clean as possible. And you can try to get some more stuff going. Pac-Man can be a difficult character to hit.
Oh yeah,
and we're down to the final character from Xeon's side with the Game & Watch.
Now we've got Game & Watch Pac-Man. Interesting. I feel like you'd have to concede the advantage to EKing just out of the sheer experience that he has with the character. But at the same time, we know that Game & Watch... you never know how things are going to end with him, so...
It could be difficult for him as well. Gabs usually plays this matchup particularly close whenever they do encounter each other in bracket. But Xeon does have the tools or the practice in the character could be dangerous for EKing rather.
Yeah.
In this type of situation. But now we're seeing 98%. Not really recognizing when Slowpoke needs to go in or go out. Now in 113. Managing to actually use the reflector to stun EKing. Get some more damage in.
Very even match throughout. I feel like that's something that you don't see too often in Squad Strike just because of the changing nature of the characters. But they managed to tie it up each time that a stock was taken, so... Ooh, this seems like it's going to end up as the last hit scenario, and wow, almost using the water to get the up air going.
Actually gets a drag down back air. Oh, not quite capitalizing on it. That's a back throw. Nope, give me the 2. 153%. Okay, reflects the hydrant, which is very important. Otherwise, that hit was definitely going to do it. Moves on top of the trampoline with the water and actually managing to put up that shield on time before getting hit by that key. Yeah, Game & Watch's roll animation is so funky. It's kind of hard to tell when the right moment to hit him is. Gotta go for the hydrant one more time. So actually smartly throws out the Nair multi-hit to avoid getting hit by the hydrant, but EKing actually putting it in a 45-degree angle downward for the apple. That was the perfect angle to get the apple to land there. And who knew fruit could be so fatal, honestly. And Apple a Day does keep the Game & Watch away, and we're going on to Game 2 with EKing on the board with 1. Oh, so it looks like Slowpoke is going to change it up and use... Oh, he was hovering Snake. Now he's hovering Lucas and Roy and Samus. All right, he's going to go with the Samus, it seems. Oh yeah, no, I've seen him play it in bracket. Sonic though, now that's very interesting. I haven't seen him play Sonic at all. And EKing is gonna stick to his chops and play the same 3 characters. Game number 2, Grand Finals of Squad Strike. EKing on the board with 1 battlefield situation. It's Sonic versus Pac-Man to start things off. In the meantime, in the news, we're having the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection is being out of stock in Japan. There's a second shipment late April. Whoa. Good sales for Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. If you have the opportunity, you can go ahead and get it. Rogue, highly recommend. The Battle Network games were such a pivotal part of my childhood. Like, yep, it's 10 games for the price of 1. It has online functionality. That's insane. There's a competitive scene as well. If you have a laptop, they do tournaments with rollback netcode included in them. Pretty cool. It is really good. You should check it out. But in the meantime, you should check out EKing's Pac-Man. Wow, actually starting to run circles. Smartly waiting to see if Pac-Man would throw that long-reaching grab out on the corner. I wonder if this was like a comfort pick kind of situation, though, since... Slowpoke obviously decided to intentionally go Sonic first against EKing's Pac-Man this time around. Could be an opportunity to try to get into that mid to close range without feeling the need to be punished. Yeah. You do have a lot of setup characters if you're using EKing. That being said, last match, none of the matchups seemed particularly bad. It was still a super even game throughout. So this must be more of a comfort pick situation. Wow, almost falling prey to the apple once more. And ooh, accidentally spin dashing into that apple, seeing as it stays out for so long. Actually getting hit right on the end of that side special. Managing to recover safely, both of them are. The difference is only about 16%. Yeah, and that was a crazy offstage interaction. I had no idea if either player was going to be able to make it back for a second. Yeah, the grab is not quite going to be able to do it. Both of them are actually looking for that kill throw. Wow, I feel like he had to punish that whiffed grab. He could have tried to jump over it and back air or something like that. At the same time, I do recognize that maybe in these types of situations, you do get a little overzealous and might overextend. Yeah. So actually trying to reset neutral before moving away is a good call by Xeon as well. And Sonic's dash attack not quite killing that. That was weird. And that was extremely weird. Maybe EKing didn't realize he'd lost his jump or something along those lines, but an SD is not something that you commonly see from players this good.
under normal circumstances anyway.
It feels like maybe there was a directional air dodge that impeded him to actually go for other options. It could have been another possibility. Now switching it up with the DD Kong as the mid,
That was
working
a
really
crazy punish for the Nair on shield.
Beam, bam, boom, bam, boom.
Getting almost 60% from that interaction.
Yeah, the problem in itself is not from Diddy is not racking up the damage, is rather sealing it away if you don't have that banana on you to actually get that confirmed for whatever smash attack you want to go for in the first place.
Yeah, and all things equal, Diddy is a relatively light character compared to Rob. So if Rob gets a few heavy hits, he might be able to even up the odds rather quickly.
And it's going to be falling directional air dodge on the right side by EKing. A couple of pummels with that down tilt. It's getting it up to 74.
I hate that down tilt.
Dude, it's a frame 3 down tilt.
It drives me insane.
That down tilt does everything for Rob.
It combos into itself and it trips, and then you can just react to the trip to get an extended punish going.
It does your taxes, it mows your lawn, it does your laundry, it steals your girl, like it does everything.
Diddy tried to imitate the usual Rob ledge trap with the gyro, but wasn't able to get the KO.
And both of these characters are similar into... Oh!
Man.
That's good recognition. Actually, you did not actually tech? Oh, you did.
That was an excellent job reacting so quickly to the missed tech and getting the lock into up smash.
The fully charged shot. Very good option to go for dash attack as soon as Slowpoke saw that the bomb connected. Figured that it was going to KO, and you can go ahead and just save that charge shot to rack up the damage versus Sephiroth, which is what you're going to need. Yeah. Obviously, be careful because the reflector is still an option available.
I feel like he could have covered the recovery options there on the ledge with the charge shot to get more damage going, but maybe he wants to save it for the KO if he can.
It's a good recovery option all around by EKing too. A couple of bombs actually placed by Samus on that time, but actually uses a sword to cling on to the edge of the stage and then use the hops to go back in.
Yeah, super close match once again. And how do you feel like this matchup usually goes? I think it's interesting because we've got two characters with plenty of mobility. Samus has good survivability against Sephiroth.
It could be difficult for Samus to get up close, but it really depends on who's using him. For example, I feel like Headshot would have a harder time to play against Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Just because he is an aggressive player overall.
Oh, wow. That was just barely KO'd.
Yeah. So the stun on those charge shots are super important to actually have those on deck whenever you're going into it. That's why you saw a combo with dash attack.
Yeah.
Actually managing to take the KO. Now, it could have been that maybe EKing was actually moving first to the front.
Right.
And that's why we saw that early KO. That's also another option as to why it
so
actually
sort of like an incidental missed DI since he was already moving in the opposite direction.
Yeah. Did not notice that the dash attack was going to connect and actually moved to it. And for Slowpoke, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's go ahead and put out that Sonic one more time, but instead of hovering on top of the Lucina.
Oh man, I kind of wanted to see the Samus again, but it seems like Slowpoke wants to keep mixing it up. It
did seal the deal for the previous one, so curiously enough, I would have went Samus again. Okay, point characters.
Once again, all the matchups were so close that it's hard to justify not going Sonic again, for example. But I guess he just feels that he wants to keep sort of not letting EKing adjust to his tendencies with specific characters, I guess.
This matchup could be a pain for Sephi. Kind of just like feel it in my bones that Sonic can actually do a lot to continue to rack up that damage.
Yeah, I mean, how many characters beat Sonic outright anyway?
Not that many. Unless you have like maybe like a Lucina, for example. I feel like it would be a good matchup for them in particular. But Sephiroth doesn't have the speed necessarily to deal with the close range from the Sonic. That being said, manage to set yourself up and actually use your own projectiles to keep him at a distance. It could be something that it could be interesting in the matchup.
Yeah, what's the move even called again? Was it Shadow Flare or something like that?
I think it is Shadow Flare.
It's such a good setup tool. It can lead to shield breaks, it can lead to combos, it can just lead to frame traps against the opponent. So it's a pivotal move to use when using Sephiroth.
87% now, 105. pretty evenly up. And now Slowpoke actually taking the gas off the pedal for just a little bit. Be careful not to use that a little too far whenever you're trying to use that spin dash.
Wow, using the fully charged Dark Matter. And a call out on the jump over with the up tilt. It's a very underutilized kill move because it has very poor horizontal range. But as we just saw, it kind of covers half of all the vertical airspace on top of you.
Air hitting him right on the side. It's going to be side special by Sephi as well. Oh my god, Octo Slash is going to kill.
That was so good.
That was ridiculous.
That was so good.
A stock for a stock, and now Rob is going to face himself against Didi.
Yeah, probably well worth it in this context.
Yeah, it does give him an extra cushion. But if you rack up the damage enough versus a Diddy Kong, the Pac-Man can actually finish up the job. So good on them, honestly.
I tried to pick up the gyro, but it was still active. It's going to be difficult to try to overcome this deficit 2 stocks to 1. Just like Diddy Rob is even enough as it is, but like we just said, Rob usually can survive a lot longer than Diddy can. He's gonna try to end this quickly.
Gonna move away as well. 114 to 65. Now Xeon's doing a good job of just maintaining the Rob in a disadvantaged state. No gas left. They did not actually manage to get onto the stage. No matter of recovery by EKing, though an advantage in percent.
Oh wow, and this deficit wasn't too terribly large, and so it's actually almost even back up again. Incredibly so. Once more, like we just said, this Diddy has been paying dividends for Slowpoke, just winning all of his matchups by a wide margin. Wow, almost getting the banana to dare right there. Would have been quite the comeback, but it seems like we're winding up to another last hit scenario.
And this is why I would always recommend putting that Diddy on your anchor position if you're Xeon. Setting up the frame traps, you're just going to wait for it. So good patience on Slowpoke. Continue, move forward,
wow.
Monkey flip for 110%. Now the banana actually trying to bait something out, but EKing managing to actually land on the platform with the directional air dodge. He fully charged. Oh, gonna hit him with the down smash.
So he recognized that getting hit by banana at the ledge there would actually force EKing to slip off stage.
Yeah.
And so usual follow-ups like up smash or side smash wouldn't have connected. And so instantly reacting and getting that down tilt that has a lower hitbox, just able to clip EKing there. And of course, on the ledge, it's definitely going to KO at that percentage. Really nice clutch win by Slowpoke, and we are 1 win away from resetting the bracket.
Squad strike. So uno. That's a 5. Apparently the players did not know how much was the set count, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. maybe they thought it was a best of 3 for some reason, but but it is best of 5, so
Kind of feels like production should wear a mic too, just so he can join the banter. Hey, but you need another mic so you can be on the headset and just chime in.
Yeah.
The on-site commentary.
Just like ranting about the stream and
Like that.
wow, yeah, it's like we're almost kissing.
Rogue, kiss me.
You wanna commentate together? We can share the mic. Very, very seductive.
All right, switching it up one more time.
Lucario?
The Luke. But still actually having to get
the character that wins more, the more he loses.
In this type of situations, if you were a priority Lucario main, you would put that as your anchor.
Would he get stronger even in Squad Strike?
Yeah.
Where it's okay, cool. I wasn't sure about that. I was gonna ask. Rob Sonic. I feel like Rob has pretty good tools to try to stop Sonic's approach, even though it may be too fast to handle at times.
I don't think it would be a problem just because you have down tilt if you're.
Oh! That was insane! That was sweet! That was insane!
That was so good!
C-drop on the gyro along Sonic's up B's travel path, and instantly recognizing that it would hit, so he started winding up the side B before it even connected.
It was good. Now production could actually put this full screen.
Oh, that was great.
And then again, down tilt's actually connecting one right after the other. Tombstone pile driver on the side.
Oh, we love you too, Kuga. No había visto el comentario. Hope you're doing well, dude.
Qué duro. 60% now after the gyro spin, but we're seeing Lucario slowly but surely getting that momentum back. A lot of power onto that Pokemon. I think the down smash actually connect that time. King trying to get the taste of victory.
Is the
Force that game
broadcast
5.
Okay. All right, we're good. Yeah, you're right.
And we're trying to go in 107 to 105 now. 1, 2, trying to connect one more time.
Gets the Aura Sphere. Oh, nice coverage with the side B. Lucario's practically max power at this point. But, wow, yeah.
Reflector.
See, he knew Lucario would be looking to unleash that neutral B there, and even if it stayed in place, it would have provided significant pressure, so... Oh, now we saw a repeat of the banana to down smash, but I don't think he's going to be able to pull off this 2-to-1 comeback with 0% on the Sephiroth. We'll have to see if he can really pop off on the Diddy stock this time around.
I don't know about that one, Rogue. Diddy Kong carries, especially if his Slowpoke is using it. We are seeing Octo Slashes used right onto a vertical direction. The momentum slowly swifting onto one of Nintendo's...
I would have definitely run into that.
That hit me for sure.
Yeah.
Being up airs this time, trying to zone the monkey out. 80%.
The comeback mechanic in place, even though he's leading by 2 stocks.
One winged angel. Air's not quite reaching the zone. Now
it really does feel like Diddy Kong isn't forced to get hit by Sephiroth very often, but in this case he is behind, so he has to take the initiative and try to get into Sephiroth's zone.
Okay, you saw that movement though, right?
Yeah.
Peanut Pop Gun, wave bounce into back air from the side, just baiting out the options to actually move forward from the Sephi. That was ridiculous movement by Xentric.
It wouldn't work on me because I wouldn't even know what he's doing. I'd be like, he's just sort of monkeying around, if you will.
Pun totally intended. Going for the Mega Flare, forward tilt, forcing that game 5.
Unfortunate shield drop. So, you know, the coverage with the forward tilt is kind of insane, even at the ledge, because in many cases, against a lot of characters, it's going to hit them on the neutral getup, but it's going to cover the roll as well. So, smart choice by EKing, tying up the set. And now we're going to have a final game 5 to see if we actually get a reset or not.
Looking with Sonic one more time.
Cool.
Covering on top of the cloud. K-Roll is still down with there.
I guess it feels like the Sonic performance has been good. It certainly has been, but it hasn't been able to take the stock first in all of the matches, though.
Yeah.
So going back to the Samus, let's see. We already saw this specific matchup, so we'll see if it works out.
Yeah, I feel like this lineup is the lineup for Xeon to go to.
Oh yeah, no, it's probably his best one. Let's see if he can clutch it out and reset the bracket.
Kalos picked as well. So Sonic is going to have a lot of room to run away as much as possible. Just move out. Continue to bait out. Now, as you mentioned beforehand, Rob is really good at boxing.
Oh yeah.
We're
not fair. It's such a good option. Decent range.
Yeah, we shouldn't anticipate an early stock like we saw at the beginning of Game 4. Xeon is going to recognize and actually be careful about it, I feel.
Yeah. Back-to-back spot dodges into the turnaround grab, working out there for Slowpoke.
Going into it. Air this time. And now Slowpoke actually dominating this first stock.
Wow, Rob's survivability is insane. I think that backer would have guaranteed that most characters wouldn't have been able to recover there.
Go further up. It's a pile driver from the Rob. Going for a confirm that time with an up air, 142%. But this is Kalos, so
yeah,
it's going to take you a little bit to actually get rid of the robot.
And at this point, Sonic is going to need a straight hit to get the KO. It's not going to be able to rely on some of his earlier confirms. Yep. And as I say that, he manages to catch Rob with a fair off stage.
Got to throw out that spin shot. Just wait for it. The multi-hits being so good, especially when using them on the outside.
Oh, yeah. It kills so early. Very, very similar in its functionality to Pikachu Fair.
Yeah. Very good observation by Rowan. Very nice. Multi-hits should be the name of the game for Sonic. Actually managing to set them up.
I actually thought he might have run into the grab there, seeing as Pac-Man's grab stays so active.
But it looks like they were taking your advice as well, Rogue. You did mention that there was something that you can punish, and if there's anybody that can punish that, it's Sonic.
Yeah.
Now, Sour Spot Nair is actually guaranteed its true combo if you actually get into that backer if you're Sonic.
Okay,
so
cool.
That's a confirmed. There was no way that you can actually could get out of that if he hit with the Sour Spot.
I see.
Yeah.
Sonic's Bear also one of his strongest moves for sure.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's good weight by EKing too. 2 stocks each, 89% extra credit. And Samus is actually going to be the one fighting versus the Pac-Man. What is he going to do?
Yeah, EKing looking like he's going to tie things up with this, with his main of all mains, Mr. Pac-Man here. But, yeah, no.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult for Xeon. Most of the projectiles are going to be eaten up by whatever fruit Pac-Man is going to throw out. And just like that, EKing just tossing out absolutely everything and taking the advantage. Now, it's Xeon with 136% on.
When you think of a projectile-dominant character, obviously people tend to think of Samus, and he got yeeted out. See, the Hydrant was protecting Pac-Man there, so maybe the dash attack wasn't the best option, seeing as he was probably going to be able to punish it. But what are you supposed to do, right? It's going to block most of Samus's projectiles as well.
Xeon also overextended, trying to look for something with the dash attack. Using it a little earlier than usual.
Yeah.
If you would use it a little later, as soon as you were a lot closer to EKing, you could have crossed up and could have avoided the grab that time.
Yeah, all of these sort of burst option dash attacks, particularly the characters that kind of give you the shoulder as they're running, they're some of the better dash attacks in the game, but it can definitely make people sort of overextend using them, precisely because it's such a strong option.
Throwing out the banana, putting it up, trying to get some damage in. That's going to be tossed to the side.
Those were a lot of pummels.
Monkey not messing around.
Yeah, up tilt is going to be a kill option for Diddy here as well, seeing as Pac-Man's at such a high percentage. But he just raw dogged it with the up smash anyway, so... And
we've seen it a couple of times too, Rogue. Just as each other actually try to jump in, the other one actually baits it out with the smash attack.
Yeah, these sort of scoop style up smashes where they have multiple hits are really good anti-air, but they also are very good at catching the initial jump squad of other characters.
Possibility of a last stock situation for Slowpoke in the tournament, or a bracket reset depending on who's going to take the advantage of this. Could be uncomfortable for Diddy if you don't find the mark onto the Sephiroth.
He had the read, but he wasn't able to punish it. That would have been a really good for him.
Managing to grab the banana. It is in favor of the Sephiroth, but
the ledge trap
grabs it back.
Wow, almost anyone's game at this point. I wonder if he could have F-smashed there, but I'm not too sure.
Oh my god. Oh, I think forward smash could have been.
Yeah, he ran into Sephiroth.
No!
Okay.
Actually, Octo Slash is not going to get
So
there.
we get a bracket reset. But more importantly, what I wanted to mention is it seemed like after hitting him with the banana, Diddy Kong accidentally ran too far into Sephiroth and pushed him off the ledge. If he'd stopped shorter, maybe he could have gotten an F smash, and that definitely would have KO'd there, whereas the down smash is way weaker.
Yeah, either way we take those if we're Xeon.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna get that bracket reset in. Just about to finish up Grand Finals.
Yeah, I really need to stop doubting that Diddy's ability to make a crazy comeback. It's already happened twice.
Oh, now this is getting spicy. So Sonic Diddy Kong and Yoshi for Xeon. We are seeing the trusty characters still for EKing.
Oh, it's going to be nice to see the Yoshi making a comeback.
Mid Yoshi, Anchor Diddy, Point Sonic, and a Point Rob on the side of EKing.
So this is going to be the second straight time that we see Sonic v Rob. And yeah, it's sort of like a war of attrition in this case, where obviously Rob doesn't want to concede any free percentage to Sonic, but you know, Spin Dash is going to be useful against Rob's zoning in any case, and he's going to be able to get that damage no matter what.
Yeah, at the same time, it's a lot of suffocation and no breathing for Rob right in the corner. Unless you can actually get some down tilts in there.
3 down tilts into forward air. Oh, man. So it's not exactly the most intricate combos you've ever seen, but Rob makes it work, you know?
They sure as hell are effective, bro.
The individual.
Oh, that's a beautiful read.
That was a big call out. Rob getting saved thanks to his heft.
It was really good trying to get those Jordans onto the face of the robot.
The Jordans.
Back throw that time.
The Jays.
The Jays. Give me the Yeezys. Still recovery options being saved. Get up attack that time.
Get up attack. You don't see that too often with characters like Rob.
It's not an option that you should use often either because it's very punishable.
Wow, man, that back air.
Pretty much all you need.
It feels like he did it like a centimeter off the ground, you know?
Oh, that was good on Xeon, actually using directional dare dodge upward to not land on the floor, expecting maybe a down smash.
Yeah.
But finally, that back air hitting one more time as Rob was landing. That's the first stock for Xeon.
Oh,
and the call out on the jump again.
Call out on the jump.
Yeah, Rogue has been
in his
calling
head
consistently throughout the matches, man. But they've been doing it to each other throughout the course of the sets, too.
Yeah, probably throughout the course of the last couple of years in the first place. They played together so often and their level of play is so high that, honestly, they probably have to be mixing it up constantly in terms of their usual gameplay to try to avoid easy reads.
Trying to shark a little bit more. EKing is...
Now this one I do feel could be vastly in Sephiroth's favor. Seeing as Yoshi tends to struggle against sorties anyway, and Sephiroth has additional tools for zoning. Granted, he doesn't have the frame data that some of the other sorties do, nor the same, for example, fair or back air, but he's definitely making it work here.
A forward grab that time, 119%, 43. Last hit to the back air connecting to the Sephiroth. Managing to recover safely, Octo Slash. It seems like the one before for the bracket reset was a little short.
He should have waited a little longer. That could have definitely put him in a great position.
Testing out the red dinosaur has been working out so far so good. Now 150%. Trying to avoid
kind of want Sephiroth just to dash attack here. Go for that juicy burst option.
Dash attack on the side of Yoshi. Not quite what you wanted, but it is something.
Wow. Close trade. And gets the pointy end going finally.
Yep, tipper forward air. Making sure Slowpoke is on the edge. And Diddy Kong is the only character that they have left. So 2 characters remain from the side of EKing. Sephiroth and the Pac-Man is going to come out. This point is still too close to call, Rogue.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm not even going to remotely entertain the thought that this Diddy can't pull this off, because we've already seen it happen a few times.
All that damage being backed up slowly but surely.
Not quite enough percentage to kill with the up tilt outright.
Trying to get those Mega Flares in. Fully charged Mega Flare will be Giga Flare.
Yeah, this time around, Sephiroth did manage to get a little more extra credit than he did in the previous match, though. So we'll see if a Slowpoke manages to avoid a KO from Pac-Man right now. Starting off great with the bell, but wasn't able to get too much damage off that conversion.
Still 22% now, ranking it up to 48 after a couple of combinations by Slowpoke. Once again, we mentioned the problem with Diddy Kong is not the fact that you can't rack up the damage, it's the fact that you need to close it out with an item that can be used against you in a quarter law.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for each other with 2 minutes left on the board.
Oh my god. He just sat there.
Yeah, okay.
And stared at him.
Menacingly.
And nice. And what's interesting there is that we don't see EKing actually go for the key too often. He usually uses the fruits and, of course, the Galaga combo tool and things like that. But right in that situation, when he's trying to get the KO, you never know, because that key is so fast and it has so much range that it was definitely the best option out of the other projectiles to go for. Managing to get it off stage.
The Ninja coming in on the board maybe. Wario, Dark Pit, Dark Samus, Mewtwo, Roy.
Roy. Interesting. Okay. I actually like Roy here a lot, specifically against Rob and Sephiroth. Feels like Roy could be really strong. But it's still going to be Sonic versus Rob to start with.
Both anchor characters being Pac-Man and Diddy Kong one more time. This time moving away to Town and City for game number 2 in the true grand finals in the bracket reset.
Ooh, going for it all rather early there. EKing wants to make short work of this second set.
Down tilt, down
Dude,
tilt, down tilt,
that was like 4 straight down tilts that connected there. That's so annoying. And last match, it was actually Sonic that managed to close out the stock first, right, in the Sonic versus Rob matchup. So far, it looks like Rob does have the lead. We'll see if we'll see who actually takes it.
Yeah, difference was about 19% and now actually moving away. That's also a true combo, Rogue. It seems like actually Xeon threw it out a little too late, not quite being able to confirm those last few hits of the fair.
Yeah, I feel like it would definitely would have KO'd that far off stage.
Yeah. Now Xeon's looking to tie it up. Yep.
And that time he got it. Nice. So he's been consistently winning this Sonic versus Rob at this point.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for Rob to actually maneuver around whatever Sonic wants to throw out. Oh, the forward tilt is going to miss from Sephiroth. I'm managing to catch the Hedgehog onto the stage, on the ledge. Now 110%. Still surviving as much as possible. 25% is definitely not enough if you're Sonic. That's what we're seeing. Yeah. A little bit more aggression.
Against smaller slash floatier characters, Sonic does struggle getting a lot of damage off a single combo, but when you can win neutral over and over again, it's usually not that big of a deal. And we saw a stray up air, pretty much Sephiroth's biggest move, taking the stock finally and sending it to a Roy versus Sephiroth matchup.
They're holding on to the ledge of the stage with a sword. We're jumping in and continue to move forward.
Yeah, very nice choice going for the high recovery. Almost clipping Sephiroth on the platform because of Roy's raw speed. Barely whiffed the grab, but EKing wasn't able to punish it.
141% now onto EKing. Precarious situation for Sephiroth.
Yeah, just about any aerial from Roy is going to take it here.
One winged angel. Not really much you can. Confirm, no deny.
That should have been a back air. Huh, that was very strange. I'm not entirely sure why that grabbed whiffed.
Feels like the Roy actually low profiled it as soon as he actually went for the forward tilt. Actually moving his hurt box a little bit forward when tossing it out to the side could have been something that actually did not work on the grab.
Roy Pac-Man, kind of seems like we're going to be destined to see Diddy and Pac-Man facing off once again, seeing as Roy is basically at kill percentage already. Dropping the bell, but managing to get a little bit of extra credit. Roy's going to try to push that. Oh, man, just as I say that, the sliding from the water hose, just about sending him into the Pac-Man F smash. These Diddy Pac-Man matchups have been close, but it seems like Diddy usually has a small edge with regards to kill confirms at higher percentages. So
yeah, like you mentioned, it was pretty much tied to both of them with 47%, and now only 1% differential. Galaxians actually come out. And Bananas drop as well as Hydrants. A lot of projectiles for these two.
It's so funny hearing the Galaga sound go off every time he throws it. All right, last hit scenario. What's it gonna be? Wow, holding shield for an exceptionally long time there. I feel like he could have tried to hit that.
Oh!
Yeah, just perfectly spacing, timing it to catch the recovery with a down smash just before he grabbed the ledge. Wow, this is turning out to be a very long grand final so far.
It is definitely a Snobberknocker Rogue. Tied to 1. We go for a best of 5 to a best of 3. In a series that's pretty much game number 8 if we count the first set that these two played.
That is insane.
High possibilities of maybe getting a game 10. Switch out another character this time. Going for the Snake.
All right. Snake is definitely another one of the stronger characters that Slowpoke has in his repertoire. So it's going to be interesting to see what sort of havoc he can wreak along the stage. Whereas EKing choosing Cloud, which has definitely been a very commonly picked and extremely strong character as of late. Not just in the Puerto Rican scene, but internationally as far as Smash is concerned. So, who you got? Snake v Cloud.
Snake v Cloud. I appreciate Snake.
Oh wait, he switched the Cloud out for Falco.
Switch it to Falco.
Okay, okay.
He does have a good Falco. Yeah, he's one of those characters EKing says he's going to use as a secondary and then drops him and picks up another one, and then he drops him and picks up another one.
Yeah.
It's his thing. It's his thing.
Well, Falco's definitely a combo monster, though. He can get some really flashy plays going. Especially with the easy peasy, keep the same tilt going combos.
If it works, it works.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's definitely not broke. Look at that, 86%. Trying to connect with that down tilt. Get some more momentum onto the bird that time.
Yeah, Slowpoke is probably so used to playing Sonic against Rob at this point that he's probably confused by what he has to do against Falco in comparison. Oh, nice cash on the side B.
Okay, spin dash one more time.
Oh, he definitely could have punished that air dodge, though, with the second jump. Gets the back air anyway. Nice bear.
Nice back air. Nice back air. Well, it did do a directional air dodge onto the platform. That's why the placing of the back was actually really good by EKing overall.
Yeah, and Falco has the aerial mobility to try to adjust that as needed. His up B is quite vertically challenged in comparison to Fox's, though. Wow, you know, these multi-hit aerials by Snake, namely the Nair and the down air, you don't commonly see yourself in a scenario where you can land all the hits, but when you do, they do like 25% or something crazy like that.
Yeah, 150% onto the Rob. A lot of extra credit actually being attributed to Slowpoke in general. I'm trying to get those combinations on there one more time. Gotta be missing the mark on the gyro if you're EKing, so a lot of carefulness as you're already in 143%, 155 now. Moving up against it, and we're seeing it on out to the right side. It seems like the Phoenix and the Clippers are actually playing with Phoenix actually with a 2-game lead. Who are you rooting for?
I want to see the Clippers extend the series, but Kawhi's out. He seems like he sprained his knee after playing really well the first 2 games.
Oh, no,
so
Phoenix is going to win then.
we'll see. We'll see. They do have a lead now, but this is how the last game started, and they ended up losing. So.
Okay.
Anyway, Snake being the difference maker in this match so far.
Yeah, really good job as well. Up tilt or sweet chin music, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, 160% on that grab.
Getting yeeted
played.
though, and as fate has determined is going to be the case in every one of these matches, Diddy versus Pac-Man is going to be the deciding matchup once again.
Now we're seeing momentum shift a little bit towards EKing, racking up the damage slowly but surely. 94%. Differential is about 40%. Still 3 minutes left on the clock, so it's not going to be enough for you to time out. Galaxians hit one more time, just like that, differential of 3%. They continue to put on that same pressure, 5% differential.
This is almost like percent for percent the same situation that we had last match. It's actually kind of crazy. Like, the more the matchups change, the more the result stays the same, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he might have clipped himself with the bell by attacking there. That would have been interesting.
It would have definitely been something. We are seeing the Hydrant actually connect. Oh, fair!
Oh, yeah. And a bit of an unfortunate DI as well, because that bear wasn't even close. It completely blasted him off stage. Slowpoke was probably trying to aerial drift in that direction when he unexpectedly got caught by the bear there. So 2-1 lead for EKing. Slowpoke gonna have to tie it up. He wants a shot at winning this set.
Perfectly fine by me.
Yeah, whole 10 games. Longest
game number
grand
9.
finals
Game number 9.
they could possibly have. Oh my god. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, the longest set I've ever casted was 15 games between Tweet and Ren. They played in
15 games.
Yeah, because they played in winners finals and then they reset the bracket and they played again.
Oh my gosh.
15.
Crazy.
It is.
Oh, actually picking Diddy first. Interesting. Maybe he wants to, you know, get some momentum going real quick, but it could also lead to a very unfortunate early loss of his strongest character.
Both of them just seem to be running away towards each other, or away from each other rather. And now the combinations are actually starting to appear from Diddy Kong one more time. If they are not certain, they're not just gonna throw it out, which is one of the developments that Xeon has actually gained throughout the course of his Smash history career.
Oh, nice call out. Just for damage, but still. Double jump up air. Trying to do some sharking. Falco not falling for the bait.
102% to 39 now.
Great patience on the part of EKing, waiting for that spot dodge.
Now that 112% to 62. Differential is about 50. Still plenty of time on the clock. No stocks lost as of right now.
Yeah. And Diddy's aerials out of shield are definitely a crazy option for stacking up percentage. Not sure if EKing meant to dash attack that. He was probably just going for the banana grab, accidentally dash attacking onto Diddy's shield, and Diddy up smashing out of shield accordingly to take it. But here, see, like I mentioned, could be the case. We see Diddy not being able to fight with Pac-Man for very long, which was probably the favored situation that Slowpoke wanted. Gonna have to try to deal with this matchup with Snake in this case.
2 stocks each right now. Differential was only at about 5%.
Yeah.
Grenades exploding everywhere. 53 now. Forward smash is not going to hit the mark onto EKing's side. Forward throw by Xeon. Trying to set up the bombs with the up smash. Quite going to be able to do it that time. 48% to 67.
A Hydrant about to hit EKing was forced to run away, as well as actually not getting hit by the Nikita.
Wow, EKing was able to like nair out of shield against between Snake's forward tilt hits. I would have been pretty annoyed by that.
97-84, second stock. Sweet Chin Music gonna go in. Give me the 2 count. Actually using Get Attack that time to maintain distance from Xeon. Moving on part. What
move was that?
Up smash.
Oh, up smash, right.
The mortar.
The mortar. So he was actually able to take out Pac-Man with the Snake. Pretty impressive. A very high recovery. Quite literally could not have been much higher. And pulling out the grenade is frame 1, right? That makes it such a strong option for Snake as a combo breaker.
Now 176 now. Look at all that damage.
Just not able to take out Snake. Yet Snake definitely has some absolutely insane survivability.
All he needs is just one more grab to get rid of the Snake.
That was sick. The footstool into the C4. Man, if he gotten that up air, what a conversion it would have been. Unfortunately missing it, and now we've got Sonic versus Rob. Of course, this is probably one of the more comfortable matchups for Slowpoke as far as the character-specific ones, because he managed to beat this Rob with Sonic a few times already throughout the set. But Rob was able to tie up the percentages here real quick. Is that going to be it? No, not quite.
One more!
Oh, man. That is so hard to miss, honestly. Like, Rob's down air is one of the biggest spike hitboxes in the game, and it's going to catch Sonic's up B right there. Able to close it out. Your winner of the Let's Brawl Squat Strike bracket is